The
No
shocking
news network.
news doesn't stop there.
Yeah. Right. We've got just so much crap. Um.
So much went on this week.
So there is a rumor for a potential TV show or movie. We're not 100% sure for stage 2 of the DCU, centered around the Flash's villains, the Rogues.
Hmm.
Yeah, daddy. So
Interesting.
the stronger rumor is that it's going to be a TV show
Okay.
that centers around a bunch of heists that they pull off.
Okay.
That is fucking perfect. I want it. I want it now. I want it yesterday.
That could be cool.
Gimme. I want it. The Rogues are so underrated. Everyone remembers like the top superhero villains. Everyone knows of Lex Luthor and the Joker and Green
Yeah.
Goblin and Doc Ock and the Rhino. Yeah. The Rogues would sweep casual fans off their feet if done right. They would fall in love with them, and it would elevate the Flash as a character and his villains to a whole new level. The Rogues are some of the best characters in comic books.
It could be very fun.
It would be so damn good.
Interesting to me. The interesting thing to me is that we're getting stage 2 rumors already.
Yeah.
Like we're already, and it doesn't surprise me actually that there probably is some planning going into stage 2 already. They figured out stage 1. They're gonna start figuring out what's next.
Yep.
So we'll see what else comes out of the woodwork.
San Diego Comic-Con is just around the corner.
It is very exciting.
Normally a great time of year. We get all of the tea. It gets spilled. I mean, last year at San Diego Comic-Con, we got phases 5 and 6 laid out bare for us.
We did when we thought we were getting nothing.
Yeah. So we're
Actually,
very pleased to announce that Marvel will be skipping Hall H this year at
yeah,
San Diego Comic-Con.
They wasted all their announcements last year, so they don't need to do this year.
I'm concerned because Comic-Con is Comic-Con no matter what. That's
Yeah.
never gonna die.
No, it's always going to keep going.
San Diego Comic-Con was always the pedestal though, because that's where you'd get even more people turning up to do their big announcements in Hall H.
Yep.
It's hallowed ground. Me and you were literally talking last year about how one year we'd love to get out there to experience Hall H.
Yep. Might not need to now.
And I mean, me and you being gamers have experienced a loss pretty recently with E3, which,
Yes.
by the way, while we've been recording, it's been confirmed that it won't be returning in 2024 or 2025.
Oh, E3's done.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're keeping it.
We all knew when it got skipped this year that it was done, but they've now confirmed that for at least the next 2 years it won't be returning. Hopefully, by announcing that early, their plan is to reinvent it as a new thing for 2026. But E3, as we know and love it, is gone.
Yeah.
And I'd hate for San Diego Comic-Con to lose part of what made that one unique in the Hall H stuff. And I know what you're saying. It's Marvel. Don't overreact. Universal and HBO are also expected to skip San Diego Comic-Con. That's 3 big players gone, and DC don't really have a lot to announce. What, they're going to turn up and show us an Aquaman trailer?
Well, yeah, this is the thing. Like at the moment, DC is in rebuild.
Yeah.
And it's like the only other people essentially then is like you're leaving on the table is Sony. But they've already announced their trailers and stuff. Like there's nothing. They don't really announce anything huge, or if they do, it's like one thing.
What they gonna turn up with? Fucking Rhino, where the Rhino is just an actual rhino.
The thing, like, I'm kind of not surprised with the Marvel thing. I am and I'm not. It's a surprise that they would step away from a Comic-Con because it's felt that they've always understood how important it still has been to like it's paid off for them and they've always like valued it. But with more and more of a push that they seem to be trying to do for Disney Plus in different ways, it wouldn't surprise me if they're seeing the benefit of saving these announcements that they would do in Hall H for their own D23, like their own Disney Plus thing they do every year. So it's like, I get that they probably want to keep some stuff for themselves, and maybe the writer strikes played into some things. So like maybe they would have announced some more stuff, but like they're now holding on to it because they don't want to announce stuff and then change dates. They, I would have expected some trailers, maybe, or teasers. It would have been the perfect opportunity for them to announce the Fantastic Four cast. There's a lot of big things that we probably would have expected from them, and now we're not going to get anything, which is a bit
Yeah.
weird.
So yeah, hopefully this is just a 1 year thing due to, like I said, writer strikes. So anything they were going to announce, they've just decided to on D23 because it's slim pickings, and from next year it'll be back to normal. But
Yeah,
it's concerning.
it is. Hope like we say, hopefully this is a one-off. Hopefully, because things have been delayed, they would have had announcements, but those announcement things aren't ready yet. So like it's like the like maybe they would have had casting announcements, but casting's not completed and things like that. There's a lot of things happen this year for Marvel, and they've delayed a lot of stuff. So maybe let's hope it's just that. Universal and HBO. I mean, feels like HBO is just not going because they don't want to get all the flame from the Max shit.
Yeah.
Plus, they also with Max they announced all their new shows that were coming anyway. So
to be fair, if DC is still there, they might
HBO stuff.
Yeah, they might show some like of the Penguin or whatever.
True. Yeah,
So
we might.
although HBO might be skipping it, anything that's Disney, not Disney, sorry, DC,
Yeah.
might and relevant to HBO might come in that way. But still, that's
Part of me would
speculative at best.
love James Gunn to come on stage with the Superman actor. But considering
There are rumors that might happen.
which kind of is skipping to one of our later news things, but
Yeah.
considering that James Gunn has been doing
People are hoping and praying
auditions.
that they've casted a nobody and that whoever it is going to hide in the crowd with glasses on
Be so
and then
good.
stand
And
up,
just a
pull
cut.
the glasses off, and
Yep. Walk on
anyway,
stage.
yeah. Spiderverse has crossed 500 million at the global box office.
Yes, he has. Impressive.
Oh yeah, baby, that is
Not a
fucking mad
surprise.
impressive.
Not
No,
a surprise though.
it's
Incredible film.
crazy because if this film was as good as it was and came out before the pandemic, it'd already be at 1 billion. But as we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, straight to streaming and the
Cost of
economy being
living.
the way
Yep.
it is fucking killing the cinema.
It is,
It
unfortunately.
genuinely felt like 3 or 4 years ago, every single film, if it was good, bad, or like what anything in between, was hitting 1 billion like that.
Mm.
And now 500 million is a roaring success.
Well, yeah, it's times have changed, but it is for an animated film to break 500 million as well is like props to them. Like they deserve it.
Yeah,
100%.
and on like a budget of like 100 million as well. That's a nice bit of a
Yeah,
profit.
they've made some money.
Yeah, roll it all into the final one and just blow our minds. Animation's so
Please,
good, we think it's live action.
please.
Warner Bros. Discovery in talks to license some HBO originals to Netflix.
This is backing up our worry that we're not getting HBO in the UK. Or at least they have no immediate plans to bring it to outside the US.
So the major thing here is as long as it covers the DC stuff,
I'm happy.
we're going to be okay. It's not going to screw us over.
Yeah.
And at least they're putting plans in place. Because let's be honest, if they just rolled Max out over here, it's just a subscription we'd have to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I already have Netflix, so if they just roll it into that, hopefully it works. The problem is, apparently, some of the how do I put this delicately? Old white men at the top of HBO don't particularly want to.
Well, yeah, they don't want to give it to competition.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think they
Oh.
just don't believe in streaming.
Oh.
Which, if that's the people at the top making them decisions, is it any wonder that HBO Max got rebranded to Max and is apparently just not really doing anything?
I don't know.
It's
Here's the
almost
thing,
like
though.
ancient people who have no idea what people actually want making decisions isn't the best business practice.
I'm more surprised they've gone to Netflix, though, considering they already do stuff with Now TV.
Yeah, but it's not just about the UK, is it?
I suppose. Yeah, Netflix. Here's my thing, though.
Netflix
It's
is
like
global. I don't think there's any country where you can't get Netflix.
Netflix is a bold choice, though, considering the current situation Netflix is in the public eye. Like, they're not best loved anymore.
You say that, but articles have been coming out saying that they're now seeing record
Well,
new
yeah, but that's because
subscribers.
they scared everyone into making
Yeah, no, but
accounts.
this is the thing, it works. The people didn't stay strong and go fuck you like everyone said they were going to. People
I would
caved
say
and bought
how
subscriptions.
someone needs to look at that and see how many of those subscriptions were people just finally claiming deals off like internet stuff that they got, where it's like you get
Maybe.
6 months free, and like, oh, I've never needed it, but now all right, I'll use it.
Maybe.
You need
Um
to keep an eye on that in like a 2-3 months and see how many accounts cancel.
mm, but I think Netflix being global is perfect. We know Netflix are
Mm.
really good at region content locking.
Yeah,
So it's like a very easy business deal for them to go to Netflix. Here's a 3-year deal. Anything we put on HBO Max and we want served in a country that we don't currently serve, you can serve it there.
I mean any DC stuff is a good sell to Netflix as well because they'll just go, Disney Plus, who's taking a lot of your like it's a big competition at the moment. Here's DC, direct competition to their stuff. Also, the fact that Netflix has had the Harry Potter films and they're doing a Harry Potter show, it's kind of like, oh yeah, we like Harry Potter
Yeah.
stuff over here.
I guess the big thing is going to be if it actually goes through
Hmm.
and if it's just very particular things or if they do just go for here is all of our content. We aren't showing it like it's not available in Europe apart from illegally streaming it. Please make it available in Europe.
Yeah,
And that, I mean, at least that will give us a
way to watch
stopover
it.
until, yeah, at least it's something then.
Yeah,
In fact, that's probably better for us because as long as they put everything on there, it
we don't
means
have
we
to
don't
pay
have to
anything
pay for
else.
another
Yeah.
subscription. Yeah. Really good news.
Hmm.
There are apparently very progressive talks and basically a done deal that could happen as soon as this year or next year to add a stunt category into the
Hmm.
Oscars.
Which
My big
is
problem,
huge.
my big problem
Okay.
I think it's just going to be used as an excuse to give Tom Cruise Oscars.
Do you know what
His
it?
big one that he does for every Mission Impossible film is just going to win it. They're not. I've got a feeling they're not actually going to look at like the really impressive and difficult technical stunts.
They need as long if it's just best stunt, that's the only category. Yeah, that's gonna happen. They need to have, I don't know, best stunt of cinema, which sure you can have whatever thing goes off. Maybe it's an explosion in Oppenheimer or something. You need to have um best like stunt team or stunt coordinator, and it's like they've worked on these films, like they've done some of the biggest stunts this year, like they should get recognized for their work.
Yes.
And then they need like one that's like um I don't know, something to do with like fight sequences and stuff. Like stuff that takes like best stunt choreography or something.
Fight choreographer.
Yeah, like there needs to be some subcategories there to make sure they're really shining the light on the range of people that work in stunts and not, like you say, giving it to Tom Cruise for jumping off a cliff or something.
Yeah. For just risking his entire life because he's a sociopath who's trapped into a cult.
Yeah.
I do.
Paid into a cult.
Yeah. As much as I will rip Tom Cruise at any given opportunity, he did make me laugh in an interview recently. He was asked about the big stunt for the new
Oh
Mission
yeah.
Impossible film, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we did that day one of filming because if I'm gonna die doing it, at least then we haven't filmed half the film already."
Yeah, he was like, if I die, that just means there's a mass rewrite.
We've only lost one day's work.
It's like it's a
Which
smart way to do it.
I mean, you've got to have a bit of a sense of humor, I
Yeah.
think, when you're doing something that dangerous. But the idea of just going, okay, if I die doing this, we better do it on day one because at least then we haven't sunk too much money into it.
Well, At least then we know, okay, we need to rewrite and start again. And maybe not do this stunt.
Nah, just get a better stuntman. Other good news. James Gunn has said he's making good progress on finding his Superman.
Yeah, which we touched on a little bit earlier, but yeah, he's done a few rounds now, I think, of
like screen tests and
screen
stuff.
tests, yeah, and he made some comment along the lines of like, there is a lot of good young male actors out there, which leans into feeling like he very much is going to go with an unknown person to me, or
Hope
like
so.
more unknown. I like to think that he's looking at a full range of like fully unknown to your Henry Cavill level. Like, I hope he goes lesser known, and like this could be a huge break for them.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think grabbing someone who's not really done anything super major could be the play. Because also, as stupid as it sounds, I think it's easier to sell the Clark Kent doesn't get recognized as Superman with an unknown face.
Yeah.
I think
Someone new.
if you get someone mega famous, like just as not that I'm saying this should happen, but The Rock, mega famous. You whack glasses on him, people just go look at that and go, "Well, it's still The Rock."
Can you imagine The Rock as
No, don't. No, I've already said too much.
Okay, what about Vin Diesel?
Question: can the entire script just be him going Superman?
Because
if not, I think he's going to struggle.
Now,
he likes one-word scripts.
There's only one reason I would be okay with a Vin Diesel Superman.
Go on.
We finally let Black Adam and Superman fights, just so we can see Vin Diesel and Dwayne fight, and then it would end in a draw because neither of them can lose.
Yeah.
Oh, what a mess.
Also, more comic booky news, but I'm gonna shoehorn it in because I enjoy comic books.
Fair.
We're getting new What If books.
Oh yes, yes we are.
3 have been announced. They seem to lean more on MCU stuff for like the inspiration rather than traditional stuff, but it's a good way to get people into the What If books. The 3 that have been announced are What If Loki was worthy? What if Wanda and Peter were siblings? What if Mark Spector was the Venom host? I really like the idea of Venom with split personality disorder.
That would be wild. Because you could have a third one is like almost Carnage level personality. That's a cool idea. Yeah. I do like that because it kind of makes sense that they would lean more into the MCU stuff because a younger audience now are growing up watching MCU stuff. It's like it's the easy way to pull them into comics.
I've got one of the What If volumes. They're a fun read. Yeah, Dan. The best bit is if you ever see one, you can look on the back and see what the What Ifs are. Like if you've got like a volume that has a couple of different ones in there. So if you've got like 5 different ones, just look and see which ones look most interesting to you. Grab one of them. It's a great short little bit of content that gives you the feel of a comic book without feeling like you're completely lost.
It also shows how well
recommend
the show did to warrant them to like push it more.
Yeah. Maybe it's good news, maybe it's not. El Muerto, the Sony Spiderverse Bad Bunny spin-off about the Spider-Man villain who literally has made one appearance in comic books ever, has been cancelled. Sorry, delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, delayed indefinitely due to the writer's strike. But then because of this delay, Bad Bunny's tour schedule is so hectic now going forward, he probably won't be able to film anything. So, and they don't want to do it without him, apparently.
It's hilarious because about 2 weeks ago, when we were struggling for a topic, I was going to do a topic around like stuff that seems to have disappeared. And I was looking, I was like, we've not heard anything about El Muerto for a while. Was that like a prank? and then this has come up out of nowhere, which just made
Do
me
you know
laugh.
what I think kind of also happened? They obviously the delays. I think it would have got paused anyway. I think after Morbius and the reception that this character got, everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And let's be honest, they're gonna hear the outcry about Craven, whether they want to care or not is another thing.
Yeah.
But like those things all piled in. As soon as the writer's strike happened, they were probably like, "Oh, it's fine, just shelve that. We don't want to waste the money on it.
Yeah.
Like it's not worth the money." It's not a surprise. Not a surprise.
Yeah.